Hi, everyone. Welcome to Season 2 of World of Shadows here. Woo! Before we get started, we're going to have a quick little message about our sponsors.
Hey, welcome to Six Side Studios. Here we are in the Shadowrun studio where we are going to thank our sponsors. Our first sponsor we'd like to thank, who is the great Zybatcha themselves, Catalyst Game Labs. Without them, we wouldn't have Shadowrun going and we would not have this second season. We'd also like to thank Warsenal. Warsenal has provided incredible terrain, which you will get to see throughout the show. It's so we can play with some of these minis that we have, and I would like to thank our mini sponsor, Hero Forge, where we created and fabricated our characters in our likeness on the platform and printed them out, and now we have them here to play on the Warsenal terrain. I would also like to thank Foam Brain for these incredible dice trays that they gave us. We're going to be using these to keep all of the D6s that we're rolling together, which they provided some, as well as Catalyst. And with that, let's dig in.
All right, guys, episode 1, here we go. So I want to hear from you guys in terms of what your characters have been doing in the month since our adventures in Chicago have ended. So let's start with you, Leroy. What are you doing?
Jim Bob's mom.
I just gave a Jim Halpert look to the camera, just so you know. All right. Chrono?
Chrono's stuff is, he hasn't been a happy camper since Hope's disappeared. The bug spirits took her away, became her, I guess. I'm not really sure. He's searching for her. So after the North Dakota job that he did reluctantly, but because there was some leaks to the bug spirits, he's got a little dark, so he's not talking to many people. He's riding around doing his thing. He's a little Ronin. What's the character? The character from when Hawkeye went crazy and starts like killing all the Zabatsu. So he's basically doing some pretty nasty stuff to the enemies.
And I'm helping him.
Cool.
Mostly.
Nix, what have you been up to?
I mean, I'm actually helping him.
Are you feeding him?
Probably. I gave him a ton of money, and also we are all traveling together, and I think that I am better suited for mental support than you, despite your best friendship. You seem to trigger him and egg him on a bit.
We took an online psychology course.
Mm-hmm. You took it?
Yeah.
And
I have a certificate and everything. I printed it off on my printer pants.
Uh-huh.
All official-like.
Your printer pants?
That's right.
Where does the paper go?
Don't.
You like to know.
In the meantime, just to keep myself, busy. Well, first of all, I decided to hang out with them because I wanted to lay low, change my look a bit after everything that happened in Chicago. There were a lot of things that I needed to practice and study up, but also in that practice, I got a target. And from afar, I have been sending secret coded messages to corpo resistance groups through the augment scene owned by Horizon. And so I've been using their own distribution to spread the word against them.
Excellent.
So, Jimba, what have you been?
Busy, buddy.
Now, Hollywood, ever since we had our little North Dakota run-in and Jim Bob wrecked my car, my Not-A-Van. I've
It
been
is an armored truck.
it is very much an armored truck.
I mean, it's shrapnel at this point.
It's not a van.
I have been doing local appearances, birthday parties, signings, going to anywhere that my face might possibly be recognized, and making some new yen to fix my unbelievably formerly expensive windshield on the Purple.
Have you been doing that while traveling around with them, or did you split up?
Oh no, I got to make sure this guy's okay.
That's right.
True love is important.
So for the audience, you're new to the season.
It's true.
And who are you?
I am Hollywood, the elven gunslinger of some ill repute. If you've ever seen me from the B movie scene, I've done a lot of westerns, a lot of action movies. I've fallen off a lot of things, but I am particularly good with Z pistols. I'm real big in Germany.
Like Hasselhoff.
Hollywood Hasselhoff?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we can't forget about Jim Bob, right?
I certainly haven't.
So I've got a little bit of what he's been doing.
I get him every weekend.
what
Custody joke.
else you guys have been doing here? So Jim Bob, as you guys returned to Seattle, dropped Jim Bob off. His mom had missed him. Mom had a soy loaf dinner with scalloped potatoes waiting for you all when you dropped him off.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
There was so much gravy. After a good meal, after a good meal and a sleepover, you said goodbye until the next time you need the mist maker. Jim Bob has texted each of you several times every day since your parting, checking in on any work, to ask what you're doing, to tell you his mom says hi, and to ask if you want to play Call of Duty 17.
I've obviously set up a routine to just auto-respond with a list of generic replies that will always keep him appeased, but make him stop talking to me. I respond on behalf of Chronostatic.
I actually
They're actually
reply
having engaging
because I'm a good friend. We're also trying to figure out logistics on how to make the Nix maker work.
The Nix maker,
the
yes.
Nix maker. So, which hopefully you'll see in a future episode. We'll see.
You'll have to watch the con one-shots to see that
Yeah.
happen.
The Nix maker.
Well,
So, Chrono, you chased Hope to the images captured from highways. There have been no sightings. She's vanished. Her comm code goes straight to voicemail. You've returned to Chicago, and her haunts and contacts have come up empty. The only thing you can think to do is return to Toronto so that she can find you when she's ready. If there's anything left of Hope, you know she will. She always has.
Back home.
But for now, you're still in Chicago. Nix, funding from Mom and Dad has been cut off, as in the accounts don't exist,
Wah, wah.
and there is no trail of them having ever existed. As you dig in, you start tracing other accounts your parents might have opened. Nothing. You trace their Matrix activity. Nothing. You trace their workplaces. No record of them. You trace their identities. They don't exist. You trace their home address in Los Angeles. The satellite images show the house, but it's all dark for weeks.
Congratulations, you got what you wanted.
Should I try to shed a tear right now? I don't know. I mean, I will say the money, but also it doesn't surprise me. I would have to think about what I would do next to see if I even really wanted to find them, but the only thing I was really hooked into them for was their bank account, and they're sort of dead to me. I know. Well, look,
I was preparing for do we need to help you now? But
How much is that?
I haven't talked about a lot what they did to me and what they put me through, but they basically sold me to Horizon, and so they're terrible, terrible parents. There's a reason why I hide who I am. There's a reason why I hide what my family is, and even what kind of a person I am.
is it uncommon for them to do this?
To disappear? Yes, they are very high up in the chain, C-suite at Horizon.
Ooh. Do you have any siblings?
No, I mean, let me rephrase. I hope not. I got out, but let me. I don't know. Can I do any sort of search for my actual, like, if I wanted to do a matrix search for my true last name for siblings, not them?
Look yourself up.
All right. Well, hold on. Ready to go.
Interesting point. While you're figuring that out, you said that like every trace has been removed. That they've existed, or that they.
Yeah.
So they've ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
That's it. Yeah. I mean, that's like.
That's like magic level, not freaking tech crap.
We'll do this.
But the house is dark, which means no one else has moved in.
Right. So, like.
But their personalities, do they ever come up as having existed as a profile at one point?
Nope.
Taking it out of the lamb.
So then, what I would like to do while you're searching.
That's going to be my 11.
For core personalities. Who do they work for?
Horizon. I don't even like saying the name.
Which name or which people are in that seat now?
And you're going to do what kind of search? I'm sorry.
It's a knowledge core personalities. I'm basically going for a memory test.
So the last you knew, they were in those positions.
Right, but they're. Oh, I see.
And you've been on the road, so you haven't been necessarily in the loop for any changes that have happened.
What was their position?
They are they are.
Were.
I think they probably still are.
Plot
They
thickens.
are the head of the research facility, like researching technomancy.
Oh.
So they didn't like you being a technomancer.
They basically sold me to the company and did experimentations
I
on
mean,
me.
spoiler
Terrible.
alert. Most people don't like technomancers,
Hey.
myself included.
Leroy.
I only have a 3. Welcome to the game, folks. I rolled 11 dice and got 3 successes.
So this would be an extended test anyway. So there's
Overtime.
Yeah. So there's a margin that you would have to get to, and it's per hour. So your first hour, you find nothing. You can continue to search as you have been.
I will continue to search.
The other thing too, ultimately, not only is there no record of your real last name in conjunction with a sibling or anything like that, you are wiped.
Oh, that's
Wow.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
That is so good.
That's amazing. Also really scary.
That's fantastic, though. I mean,
Yeah.
initially,
Wait
Yeah.
a second. Whoever wiped you has extreme power at this point.
That's kind of what I'm like looking at. This is like Doctor Strange level
Look,
power.
it's
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't.
It's probably Horizon, but that's even better for me. if
Can
it is.
Horizon erase government records? I mean, I guess they probably.
I mean,
yeah,
they're
AAA.
yeah.
yeah.
While you stew on this, please also prepare your registered sprites.
Yes, I would have been doing that this whole time.
Okay, so make sure you know what you have and how many services and stuff like that. If you need to
got
make your
it.
rolls, go ahead.
I will do that.
Leroy,
Hi.
babysitting your broody best friend and spending his money on the road has been exhausting, but it's better than going home and facing Shasa and fulfilling your deal.
Correct.
She texted you constantly for 2 weeks, but
Also have an autoresponder.
but seems to have lost interest in the past 3 weeks, and it's
Good.
been radio silence.
Oh. Well,
You've-
now that I'm not getting the attention,
You've sent most of your earnings to pay your mom's medical bills
Yep.
and her lodgings and her lodging in the care facility.
good.
You've been getting regular updates from the doctors. She's not doing any better, but she's not getting any worse.
No news is good news.
Chic has been reachable by comms, but her ghostly visits have stopped. She checks in on Chrono through Leroy once a week to make sure he's okay. She sounds overly nervous or concerned, but that's all the communication she's initiated. Nix, you've noticed that when you reach out, she's still responsive, but less playful and more serious or down. than usual.
I mean, I would definitely ask her what's up. She's like my best friend.
We'll get there. Let's finish your first research.
Yeah,
have your
got it.
broccoli before we get to the
You got it.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
You had happened to run into these guys in North Dakota. Why don't you tell us and our audience a little bit about that adventure?
About the North Dakota adventure, where Jim Bob accidentally killed one of my cousins.
Yep, that happened.
Oh, that did happen.
It did happen. So it was a one-off at Gen Con. No, we were hired to take a Mr. Johnson, which we renamed Steve. We took Steve.
It's a pretty name.
It's a great name. We took Steve to a place in the middle of nowhere, seemingly, that ended up being, was it an Ares-controlled facility? With a bunch of snipers and just general rabble-rousing.
Yeah.
My wonderful bright purple Ares, or the Roadmaster, got shot up and frag grenade up.
It's not a van.
Poor Roadmaster. From here out, always the purple is its official name.
Always the purple or just the purple?
It is the purple.
Okay.
The purple.
The purple, capital T, capital P. And during which time, because Steve had a magic box, acquired, I think, from Aztec. Was it Aztec in nature?
No, it was not. It was, one moment. It was
The note taker.
the note taker.
Looks like someone wants another point of edge.
It's true, I do. I want it so badly, and I know I have it. One moment. I do have it.
Teacher's
Hold on.
pet.
It is.
It was a doomsday box, basically. Everything we were hearing about it was covered in horrible symbols, and if opened, bad things. So we took Steve and the box to this place. There was a nasty firefight.
It was the Cheyenne River Reservation in North Dakota.
Okay.
So Cheyenne.
So
no,
this-
I meant where the box came from.
So it was it was Native American in origin.
Yes,
Okay.
So not
there were
Aztec.
Native American runes on it. So yes. That sounds right.
And we got Steve into the building. I believe. Didn't Chrono get like the last push, get him in the door while everything else was blowing up? And along the way, one of the people involved with the sniping, we accidentally discovered that, because I have family in the area on my mom's side. And sadly, it just luckily or unluckily turned out that Jim Bob made one of my distant cousins. Yeah,
I did with no remorse.
it was a sad moment, but it
And I had nothing to do with it.
nothing at all. But we were successful getting the box and Steve into the building, and then we had to limp out of there and get paid. At which point, I'm still fixing the purple.
The purple.
Why the purple?
Because it's purple. I mean, it's
Looks more violet to me.
Oh, Leroy, you do not want me on Nix's side of this argument.
I want you on my side of any argument against him.
Purple?
It is purple.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I pull out a color chart and I align it to the true color, which you can only get with special cybernetic eyes, so you wouldn't understand. You'll see here the hashtag code.
Hashtag purple.
That's right.
Everyone watching at home,
versus
hashtag purple.
hashtag violet.
Hard to play a pretty character with you guys.
I will tell you that the hashtag code only registers on screens, but in true life, you need to use the Pantone
Well,
code.
who cares about meat
So the
space?
Pantone code is actually, I mean, that's
care
where
about
you
that
actually
space.
see the truck.
But why would
You
you
see
do
the
that?
truck in
Have you
mid-space.
looked at things not in AR? It's all gray.
No, it's purple.
The World of Shadows drinking game, where anytime someone actually is someone else, you take a shot.
We all die by episode 2.
Yes. All right. Anything else you guys want to cover before we?
I think we've pretty well established that it was a purple truck.
Right.
I would like to point out that, in all honesty, Chrono, I know what you're going through. Losing love is super tragic. No, I didn't say that you had. Losing. We haven't found her yet. Okay. Yeah. Which is why I'm here. If there's anybody that's able who understands love as much as you, it's probably
Me.
Leroy. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I'm a lover.
You're not a fighter.
Of course not. That's how you get hurt. You can't get hurt in love.
But back on real subjects. So your parents, they're gone now. No siblings. Empty house.
Oh, free real estate.
I was going to say that. Is there any? I mean, but they erased you as well.
Yeah, but the house is dark. That means we can just squat.
What if they erased me?
Then you can't get the inheritance. That's what I was.
Why would they do that?
Because they're on the run and someone's trying to get them.
It,
They erased to protect her.
no,
They gave her up.
I don't believe that they would protect me. Not after all this time. If they wanted to protect me, they could have found a way to send a message.
Their records could have just been caught in the crossfire of them hiring someone to wipe out their family.
Horizon is terrible. They're the most terrible entity that exists. They probably did something, and even with all of their, I hate them. But they did have years and years and years of dedicated service. It's not unlike Horizon to just be like, no, we're done with you.
Unless they got it headhunted. And that was part of the deal.
Perhaps. Do you think they work for somebody else?
Yeah, but why would they erase her then?
Again, caught in the crossfire.
I mean, they probably assume I'm dead.
Well, the thing is if her records exist, they could technically still trace them by the fact that her records exist, right? So you gotta get a clean slate.
Gotcha.
There's been nothing put on my actual record.
That's an expensive move.
How would they know that I mean, I guess they would. They don't know unless they. Okay. My brain is going a million miles an hour now. They didn't know.
That fixes that.
Either they did not know that I was skimming money from their accounts this entire time, so they would have no idea that I'd be looking, or they knew this entire time I was skimming money, didn't care that I was skimming money, and knew that I would find out.
Up till now, they didn't know you were skimming money, but then one day you forgot to erase your matrix signature.
That will never happen again.
Uh-huh. All right. You think so?
Just seems like a pretty grand gesture to try and dig us up when, I mean, in all honesty.
I mean, we're a pretty big deal, Hollywood. I don't know if in the run, you're big in the acting gig. We're big in the run in the shadows thing. We're kind of a big deal. We're kind of famous. I have a blog. He has a blog.
Well,
Wait a second.
how do I
You have a
sound now?
blog?
Yeah, I mean, technically it's Chronostatic's blog, but I'm the one who writes it. I'm the ghostwriter, if you will.
Who do you mention on the blog?
Mostly me.
That tracks.
I mean,
It's the Leroy and Chronostatic Adventures, as chronicled by Chronostatic.
written by Leroy.
Correct. It's great. It's how we get most of our gigs.
Here's the thing, even if they mentioned me even casually, they still wouldn't
Like, I have a
associate
publicly...
me with
They have
my
no
true
reason. They have no
identity.
I have a
Yeah, there's no-
publicly open line that people can reach out to give us jobs. So if they're doing this, they're sending a gigantic message of, hey, I'm really powerful. I mean, really, it seems more like they're trying to get to you.
Speaking of jobs, bloop, bloop.
Oh, hey, look, a job. How serendipitous.
There is a posting from a fixer that goes by Osiris that asks you, or is looking for runners to meet at an abandoned research facility in Chicago, in the old Auburn Gresham neighborhood of Chicago.
How many abandoned facilities could there possibly be? Oh, that's a lot.
It's Chicago.
Quite.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure every single one of us, I mean, not you, but maybe you would concur, said we will never go back to that place ever again.
I'll go.
I don't have any never goes. If I get paid enough, I'll go.
Well, you did come back. I did mention you came back to check with Hope's sources and contacts.
Yeah. We vowed never to go into the CZ again.
No, that's true.
I'll go.
Not into the CZ. Just
With the
into-
heartbeat.
Yeah,
Especially if there's a chance she's in there. That's where it happened.
I mean, I'm with him.
I mean, the CZ sucks, but so does Redmond. So does there's all kinds of places that are terrible.
This
You ever been to Brampton?
this warehouse.
What was that?
This warehouse.
Yes.
Where is it located again?
It's in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood of Chicago.
That's not the CZ. That's not in the CZ.
It is in the CZ.
Oh.
Wow.
It is in the CZ.
From a nice, quick Google search.
I mean, we don't have to take this job. I could look into it a bit more.
What does it pay?
That's a good question.
Oh, wow. You're going to ask what it pays before you
He's
say
learning.
yes? He is learning.
So give me the details on the job here. Everything available in the dossier.
So when you respond to Osiris, he calls. The phone is ringing, or the comm link is ringing.
Welcome to the Porno Palace.
It's called the Purple.
I see we are taking our job seriously.
Every damn day of my life.
If you are looking for the work, come to the meet and be prepared to start the job right away.
How much does it pay?
Pack for trouble.
What are the details then, in terms of financials?
That conversation will happen in person.
I'm so terrible at this. Normally he does it, but he's in a mood. Do we want to take the job? You want to go to the CZ, right?
I don't care.
Is the job in the CZ or the meat in the CZ?
I'm assuming both.
Why
would
can't
you meet in the CZ if the job wasn't there?
Because if we don't want to take the job,
Please hold.
If we don't want to take the job in the CZ, we can meet him outside, find out what the job is, and
I assume they want to meet in the CZ because it's a good place to meet where you're not.
I can meet up
Last
with.
time we were in the CZ, he almost died. And, I mean, we
not
all
new.
almost died. But he really almost died.
It's fine.
They're
I can meet
looking
up with
for
them
us.
face to face. You guys can stay behind.
No, we're not doing that again. That's why
Not,
you almost
not
died.
behind
We'll
us.
be around the corner, not like. Yeah. May I ask how you got this number?
I was looking for, well, let's just say I'm connected enough to have known a fixer who knows a fixer.
You know Jane?
I do know Jane.
There we go.
She's in Seattle. Well, last I checked.
Well, you're okay. Oh, I'm so bad at this.
Call him back.
All right, let us defer amongst ourselves, and we shall sally forth with an explanation to you post with.
I'll queue in. I'll meet you there at the time.
He pings you coordinates.
Oh, thank God.
Can we have a discussion about this?
He gets on his bike.
Nope.
Chrono.
Chrono.
Here we go.
Do not leave. Okay, forget it. I'm shutting down the bike.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're hacking the bike?
Yes, I'm shutting down the bike.
For your
He cannot drive off right before we have a conversation.
That's what, a control device power?
Control device.
It'll be against my firewall.
Unless you let her in.
I'm not letting her in my firewall. What are you, crazy? I don't know where she's been.
Broody Chronostatic is a
I don't have
specific
time to
type
have my
of
sprites
chaos.
help me. So, but that's fine.
You can't just let randoms.
Here it is,
text
folks.
messengers.
It's Nick versus Leroy already.
Literally, season 2,
It's-
episode 1.
It's how we start off all of our runs.
It's a lot of threes.
I guess I should roll
Is
firewall.
a lot
power,
of
right?
threes.
You have 4 edge. You could post edge your roll.
No, this is insane to waste on just not waiting to have a conversation with your team that has been backing you this entire month.
You can have the conversation while he drives.
That's right.
He's getting things done.
But I have concerns, genuine
Have
concerns.
Well, you are expressing your concerns as he is driving away.
I got 5 hits on the defense.
Yeah.
It's too well blocked.
You are still connected to via
Please
your
turn around for a
subbooks.
second for us to have a 5-minute conversation, and then you can meet at the coordinates. What time was the meet? Please, Chrono.
He sends the coordinates to you. Or
Please,
you should already know the coordinates.
please, Chrono. Can you just turn around for one moment while we have a 5-minute conversation. I'm not going to say no. I just want us to be prepared and have a plan in case things go the way they did the last time.
We need to go in fully cocked instead of half cocked.
You know he's driving continuously again for like the next 10, 15 seconds. You think he's going to ignore you. And then you know that his speedometer is slowing down. But he's not stopping. He's just slowing down.
Okay, well, we will catch up.
All right, mount up, guys.
I mean, he could have just hit traffic.
Here's while we're driving to catch up, I will just continue on talking to you.
Broody.
The last time you went in without a plan, without us, it was a setup. You were almost killed. We were all almost killed. It was terrible. However, it seems very suspicious to me that we would suddenly be called back into the CZ so soon after leaving there.
I mean, to be fair, we don't really have any more enemies.
We do.
I don't know about that.
No, Leroy, you definitely.
There's a lot of
We
Aldermen.
do.
Fair enough.
We rained fire and hell and brimstone. Not only did we destroy that entire casino, but also afterwards,
You guys destroyed a casino?
we went in for 2 major destructions and killed a lot of important people. It is, well, yes, as a team we did.
Oh, very lopsided team, a concept you got there.
Fine, it wasn't me, it was my sprites, whatever. I don't, here's the thing. It is highly suspicious that we are being called for a job right back out from the CZ so soon. There are so many places we could be called.
I mean, here's the deal.
From.
He said he knows Jane. Jane gave us a job in the CZ. We succeeded at that job. Probably just looking
Did
for
we
people
succeed at that job?
I mean, he told us to make a commotion at the casino. I think you could define what we did as a commotion.
Do you remember the aftermath with the Mr. Johnson? Do you remember what happened? Was that a success?
I mean, for
In
the
their
Mr.
eyes?
Johnson? No. For the mission as a whole, we did what we were supposed to do.
You think another Mr. Johnson would want us on a job after seeing what happened to the last one?
Hey, in a worst case,
I mean,
It is suspicious.
I may have embellished a little bit on my
in a worst
blog.
case scenario, I'll go in. I wasn't on that job.
This is the first time we've received any communication to go back in there. This could be anything. And my gut says to go. And I don't know why. I don't believe in your mojo or your chrome or the chipped out stuff or whatever you guys do, inject yourself with or whatever. All I know is that I got a gut feeling I'm going to go.
Can we make a plan to go in then?
You've got time to make a plan. I'm not even at the border.
Let's do it. Let's make a plan.
This is the last time I'm going in there. I said that 3 times ago, but this is the last time I'm going in there. I'm serious.
Whatever you say.
And yet,
here you are.
Also, we're not taking this job until we actually see how much money it is. Do not say yes. We can do the meat. Remember last time?
fair enough, Hollywood. It might actually be better if you go with me, but I do have some new tech.
Well, and especially since if it's an ambush, I didn't work for these people. That you, at least I don't think I did.
But odds are, if they're connected in any way,
Well,
to
you guys were
stuff,
blowing up a casino. I was burning an alderman.
No, so
So-
you're just
Sorry, what?
what?
Like, you mean like
I forgot about that.
figuratively, right? Like you were like
Are we
insulting them? Like,
Are we on that basis now where we can talk about old stuff together? We good?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been hanging out for...
We've always been.
We've been hanging out for
You have,
about-
but is Leroy going to go on his blog and tell about how I set an alderman on fire?
Listen,
Well, someone who's
most of the
set an
things you
alderman
tell
on fire.
me, if I put them on my blog, I'd be flagged with all kinds of stuff.
If we've been hanging out since
Fair
North
enough.
Dakota, wouldn't you have told us the story, probably?
I'm a consummate professional. So yeah, probably.
Right. So,
But yeah, I don't think those jobs were related.
well, our job was related to the alderman.
Yes, it was.
I love when I plan things that I don't even remember that work out.
Right?
It was related. Which alderman?
We were in a fire. It was ironic. We were in a firehouse and we set a bunch of people on
the
fire.
fireman.
The fireman.
The fireman.
You set the firemen on fire?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't. I was part of the...
You actually set
Well,
somebody on fire?
I guess by Nix's definition,
That's pretty Arctic.
I absolutely did.
So
it
the
was a team effort.
The firemen were on our target list.
Yeah.
So these are related. These are related. This is
this whole
weird.
thing they've been trying to get a hold
This
of
is
Hollywood.
suspicious.
This isn't an ambush.
I mean, look, if there's any reputation that we have as runners, it's that ambushes do not go well when they're poised against us. We have constantly gotten out of every ambush that's ever been thrown at us.
Yeah, let's
in our long history.
let's
of doing
meet with this guy. See if he's got, something decent for us and it doesn't immediately smell terrible.
Doesn't hurt to meet.
Let's take point. I'll go in, you go in. We don't connect.
Good
You sit
job,
at
bad
one
job.
side, I sit at the other. These two stay on the outskirts. We should be okay.
Are you guys down with that?
I mean, I'm good to make sure you give me a roadie.
Excuse me? I'll be driving.
Get me.
He didn't say give him a roadie.
My mistake. But I'll be driving, so no, I can't.
What? No. You order something and bring it to me.
Oh, yeah. no,
Outside
that's
the bar.
How far is it until we're there at the border? Basically,
20 minutes till
20
till you
minutes.
to get
And
to
if the
the
Johnson doesn't
the
have
warehouse.
liquor at the meat at the abandoned warehouse, call him out on it.
So I got some new toys that I'm going to, thanks to this beautiful book, Smooth Operations.
Brand spanking new.
And some of these new toys I'm going to invoke while going to the meeting point. Whenever you tell us we get there, unless there's some stuff to deal with. I'm assuming getting through.
Does anyone want to do anything while on your way to this
Yes,
warehouse?
What are we in your van?
it's a truck.
But we're in it?
They don't forget you gave over the Roadmaster, so
Yeah,
you
that's
have
what I'm
the
saying.
Ford Americar now.
Sick.
We have a
but
Ford
we're-
America.
are
We have also the purple.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just
I'm
hang in the purple.
I'm hanging in the purple.
I'm riding my bike.
Well, yeah.
This looks just like my old car,
Hey,
except mine wasn't purple.
is the inside purple?
No,
Oh, thank God.
the inside is likely carpeted.
Okay. So Hollywood.
Wait, what's painted on the side of this thing?
So
It's Jasper.
Hollywood.
Yes?
Let's make a deal. You let me get access to your vehicle system so that I can have kind of take a look around, have some fun, maybe play some nice music. In exchange, I won't use a black light on this thing.
I'll make you a better deal. Also, you're not one to do that anyway. I'll give you a better deal. I'll let you put me in your guys' team net,
Ooh, yes, entwine with me.
but if you do anything weird to me, inside of me, without my request, I'll let Nix choose where I shoot you.
I don't like this deal.
You wouldn't even guess what I would choose.
I have about 7 different ideas and I don't like any of them. Listen,
You good?
you can trust me. Don't I look like a guy that you can trust?
This is trust, my man.
There's no greater trust than letting someone into your computer system.
While this conversation was going on, because you said, "What are you doing?" So I'm going to have my data sprite identify the file of the target file of the guy that called.
So trace call, basically?
Trace it, and I'm going to have it place a cookie.
Ooh, tech terms.
A cookie. I'm giving him a cookie.
Yes.
What a cookie.
It's a chocolate chip cookie.
No.
Because I want to track that icon's activities. And that will stay there until I release it.
Okay. Make any rolls that you need to.
I did.
Okay.
5.
Oh, yeah. Good roll. So you have it placed. As you're monitoring activity, he is already at the location. You're actually Did you do a control device or you just planted the cookie?
No, this is just that it just tags it. So basically, what it's going to do is it's going to stay there. The cookie runs silent. It's protected, and it's logging every single thing the icon does. So where it is, what communications it's having with anything else, if it's making any other phone calls, anything else, it's logging all of that information.
It's a hell of a cookie.
It is. Yeah.
It's a snickerdoodle.
This is part of the things I was learning how to do over the last month.
Oh.
So proud of you.
I mean, that's how actual cookies work.
Mm-hmm.
The internet's scary, folks. That's not actually how they work.
Okay.
All right, then.
So I just want to make sure that, like, if there's another call, like any other calls that are made, like logging those numbers or whatever it is.
You do see, after a few minutes, you do see a call come through. It is from, as you trace it, are you able to listen on it, or?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm just getting all of its
Yeah, so
information.
you have the contact device that the call came in from.
Okay. So a call came into him.
Yes.
Not one. Okay.
To me?
No, into
Osiris.
Osiris.
Whoa, Hollywood, you into baby metal?
I have a wide range of musical talents or
You
tastes.
certainly do. Look at that.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't even think that one was legal.
Anything else happening on our way to the meet? Okay.
Download
Download what?
everything.
Okay.
The awful things are in my drives. Great.
That's right.
Fool. Fool. He has given it. Now
I
he
will-
taketh away.
Since this is hopefully a peaceful meet, I will load my offhand revolver with a bunch of rubber rounds.
Cool.
Gel rounds. Sorry.
The as you pull up, the warehouse has a sign on it from when it was functional that is listed as Magic Meats.
Like as in,
Like tasty bacon?
yeah.
Or how's it spelled? Oh, I guess it's the same.
No.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
I'm a writer.
Oh, Brian.
My speech just got redlined.
Wow. Meats as in like
Meats
beef.
Okay,
Pork.
yeah, so tasty
Chicken.
bacon. All right.
Yeah.
Magic meats.
As I'm driving toward the building, do I see cameras anywhere along the streets?
Magic meats is a good name for a stripper.
Make a perception.
I certainly can do such thing. Perception. Perception.
Heard of Magic Mike?
Based on reaction. It's
It's
based on...
perception plus intuition.
Yes.
You know, those two things
Plus
are really
the
good
old
at.
smart things going on here. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4. My God. Opposite of Nick's. On 3, 6, on 8 dice, I got 5 hits.
Listen, you.
The power of brooding.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's brooding so
I'm
hard,
looking
he's
for
come
like
full
cameras
circle.
and stuff leading up to the building itself.
As you get there, or as you're driving through, you can see it's long been a rough neighborhood. There are signs of gangs. There's squatters. There's local panhandlers that look like they're. As you go by, they're scoping out to see if you could be a target or if it's a target they want to mess with or not. Make an insight check real quick, Mr.
Insight.
Fates. Yeah.
Insight. What is my insight?
We're like parked
That's not
around-
a skill.
Judge intentions.
Oh, judge intentions. Oh, that's good.
We're parked around the corner from him, or
You're still in the neighborhood getting up to the because he's checking for cameras on the way.
Oh my God! Look at this deliciousness.
I'll also kind of see what's going on AR-wise.
Nothing. It's easy.
3 successes on 7 dice.
You never know.
3 successes.
Yeah.
You know that you are recognizable as a runner,
Okay.
and you got a big tank truck behind you.
All right.
But despite that,
But it's perfect.
they are sizing you up. you get the sense that these people have long lost their fear of death.
Okay.
There are worse things.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are.
Maybe you stay by the truck and let me just have the conversation. Just protect the bike and the truck.
Why would I do that? They've got it under control.
We got it.
I'm going to zip past. I'm going to kind of pull up a little ahead quickly. And then I will park outside of the site of the building that we're supposed to meet.
Okay.
And then once I park the bike, put it into lockdown mode, whatever it is to keep it secured. Because it's how it goes. He opens the trunk section of the bike and pulls out a very sleek looking handle. And inside you can see that it looks like it could open up and turn into a
monofilament sword. One of
all
its
right,
kind.
all right.
Coated.
He kind of just spins it, and then he kind of like almost Jedi locks it to his belt. And then
You see, Hollywood, that's his monofilament sword. It's the one-of-a-kind, unique object that he got in a special personal
I've
quest.
seen it so many times, it doesn't feel like one of a kind anymore.
right, Chrono.
It's omnipresent.
He takes his shades off, puts a pair of like regular glasses on, and you see, which he then reconnects, and then you see his overcoat just begin to like ink into a different color, and then it starts to like flatten and stiffen, and then his vest sinks in a bit, and the plates kind of interlock. I got the transforming gear. I spent
Cool.
like. I spent like
Nice.
15,000 yen on this. I just kind of,
Who needs to pay rent?
yeah, right. Well, that's the problem right now. That's why I was like, how much did we get in North Carolina? So you see things start to interlock, and it almost kind of folds into a suit. And then the jacket just kind of it cinches up and crops into like a half. It's got 3 or 4 levels of transformation, and then the glasses themselves, this little thing that kind of trickles off, and then his face just kind of the blur mask goes on, and he just looks completely indistinguishable. And then he'll walk in looking like some sort of corp executive and not standard Chrono.
He's going to get shot.
So are you going in alone, or are you going to?
And this is me ahead of them, so they park. I mean, you're gonna come after me anyway, right?
Yeah.
So when I enter the space, what does it look like when I enter?
The main entrance is a former company storefront that sold jerky. There's no supply inside, and the place has been ransacked. But you see Mr. Johnson, who has flipped over several objects to act as chairs. Mr. Johnson is an elven male wearing a business casual armored suit with no signs of who he works for. He's mundane and doesn't have any cyber that you can see on him. But a good, let's see. But you know what? Make me a perception real quick, Chrono.
You're wearing your glasses, right?
Is there a camera in here? Did you determine?
In here, no.
Yeah, I think we're not seeing anything. Like they're getting
Yeah, there was no
not
cameras
enough.
outside.
Like tech in general.
2 because of the glasses.
'Cause it's the CZ.
2 successes only.
Oh,
As you take a good look, you notice several minor surge traits. Are you guys familiar with surge? This was like the second wave of goblinization. So you see there's a secondary lens over his eyes, and he has slightly extended webbing between his fingers.
Neat.
this is because he's turned into this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's surge characteristics, like, oh, he was impacted during surge.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Does he recognize me as chronostatic, or does he just look weird at some individual that doesn't look like me anymore walking in?
He doesn't seem impressed either way. With your insight, do a judge intentions.
So he's wearing like a nondescript suit.
Yeah.
What color is it? Black.
3 successes on that.
Unless he's really good at hiding something, this seems like a normal Mr. Johnson that's doesn't know or care who he hired.
Okay. I'll walk up and say, I'm here on behalf of those who have said that we'll take the job. Sort of an agent, per se.
Yes, I have figured as much. No one else would come here for any good reason. He speaks calmly and with an air of self-importance that many associate with elves.
Keeb.
Ouch! Right here.
I know elves, right? Like,
Are you the only one I am talking with today?
That's correct.
Well, the job is a delivery. I hope your team is close by, but it will not be an easy drop-off. The package is going to Boston.
oh, shipping up to Boston.
Okay.
We have a way to quickly get you in. You will be responsible for your own exfiltration. Now, as he does mention Boston, you have noticed from the purple radio that Boston has been on lockdown. The entire city's been quarantined for a massive epidemic of encephalitis.
Which, for those who don't know,
It's brain swelling, basically, and it's like an infection in the brain.
yeah, so there you go. That's what that is.
Thanks, dwarf.
You're welcome.
Halfer. All right.
If you guys need to start the purple while I'm in there, there's a glove in the box.
I already got one.
All right. So you want us to
I
deliver a
already-
package?
I don't need a glove.
No, my ignition's tied to my DNA.
This is the package.
Yeah.
He reaches behind his crate he's sitting on. Oh, sorry, what? He reaches behind the crate he's sitting on and reveals a small suitcase with instructions on it saying, "Do not open."
Oh, here we go again.
As he sets it down and kind of sees a questioning look, he says, I assure you it is not a bomb or anything harmful to you, your team, or the target you are delivering to. The recipient is well connected and should be a good resource for help on the exfiltration, and after receiving the package should be all too eager to help. Pay for the job is 10,000 new yen each.
It's not bad for a drop off in Boston.
So you
Not
said
if you get brain swelling.
it's a difficult delivery. Can you give me any insight as to why it's a difficult delivery, other than the quarantine of it being in Boston?
Due to the quarantine, there is fear, rage. You may run into some
Gangers, sprawlers.
issues in the streets.
I mean, it's pretty standard stuff.
What are the local authorities like?
Boston is run by Knight Errant. They are very serious about not letting anyone in or out, including news.
Knight Errant. Is that a security company, tech company?
Security company.
Oh, can I do a memory test on them?
Sure.
Okay, you were going to say something next while I do
Yeah,
that?
while he's doing that, can I, now that I hear that this is related to Boston, can I trace that call and see if that call was coming from Boston? Like the number?
Sure.
Is it like a Boston number?
Yes. Or the number itself is not Boston, but you can roll to see where it's coming from.
This is a first impression, right? So I get 2 edge for this for my first impressions.
My other
Yeah.
saving.
Okay, I'll spend that 2 to flip over a success. So that'll give me 3 successes on memory for what can I tell about this security company or tech company.
Knight Errant is a privatized security company, as is most things now, often hired by corporations for security. You know that Lone Star is their major competitor, and they're the ones running the CZ checkpoints.
I see.
So it kind of varies city to city.
Okay, so they're just basically another security company that if we get too far out of hand,
Yeah.
it'll be like,
Although
no.
they call themselves knight errant, so they're probably a little more holier than thou.
Or less by the book.
Yeah, fair enough.
My trace is a 4.
The call came from this
Inside
gentleman.
the house.
Osiris is not here. The other comm link is no longer here. So the person calling him was probably saying, I'm on my way.
Okay, and then where is Osiris?
Can you track the...
Yeah, the cookie runs the device location constantly until I pull it back.
Seems to be heading deeper into the CZ, but no action at this time.
And no other calls, no nothing.
No.
That's pretty invasive.
Yeah. Escalators. Is there an escalator to the job? In other words, if we encounter something, what is our financial escalator?
The 10,000 is as is. This is where you would roll your negotiation.
That's why. That's yeah. Okay, good. I was aiming, waiting for you to say that. I'm going to suddenly just a little bit of ode.
Liquid heat.
Yes, basically.
Did you just pheromone the Johnson?
A little bit. It's one of the tailored perfumes from this amazing book you've given me, which is going to give me a +1 die to my roll here.
I love that I gave this book to you like 45 minutes ago and you're already...
Oh, I was reading it like a mad person.
I gotta get me some of that.
Good thing Charisma's a high skill point here, so I'll put the Charisma aside, which is nice.
I've got some money to spend.
He's figuring that out.
I make my own.
I'll have to. Yeah, you do.
Head on in.
You're heading on in?
Yep, I'm not going to let him be in there by himself.
Mr. Johnson doesn't even, his eyes don't even flick to you. He's focused on the conversation with.
Well, especially because how good he stinks.
That's right.
Look at that roll, baby.
You smell nice.
I think they need to throw.
Edge refreshes at the end of a scene, right?
Yeah.
Let's try and let's make this one count.
Yeah.
Blow that up there, and I'm going to re-roll all these.
You're on fire today. Oh my
How
god.
do you roll so well? I don't even understand.
It's all the rest.
I've got like a contact high from that. Oh my god.
I had a pretty good roll. I rolled 8 dice and got 4 hits.
I
But,
got 8.
12,000 new yen each.
Plus.
That is
Hazmat
the
suits
final offer.
for medical protection, vaccines.
Or at least some kind of...
Some sort of medical protection
Respirator.
in addition.
Bigger skull.
A structure cost for the appropriate materials. 13.
I believe you'll find that we have materials that will be well suited to your needs. You may use those.
Fair enough. 12 it is. Thank you very much. Half up front.
You're trying, man. You got 8 hits. I gotta give it to you. Yes.
Good stick. Boop. There we go, everyone. 6,000 each.
Money. We're in the money. Come on, my honey.
Those perfumes, man.
Yeah, can I... Who's your supplier?
I'm not telling you.
Is it Axe?
No, that's yours. Shower in a can. Oh my God.
Hey, it works for me.
With that deposit, I can pay rent next month. I can pay my mortgage. All right.
Awesome. By the way, nobody asked, but I just can't let this detail go by. The Magic Meats is it was previously a company that made
It's a
jerky
porno.
from paranormal critters.
Oh,
Oh.
I love that. I think it's
cool.
great.
That is cool.
You ever had
Thank you.
platypus? It's very gamey.
Where should we find these?
Platypus is not a
isn't
paranormal creature.
It's
Have you seen the thing?
it's just an animal.
Follow me, please. He
I'm smarter
turns
than that.
and heads into a back area of Magic Meats. He stops in the doorway, looks over his shoulders, and goes, "The job has begun. You may want to call in the rest of your team."
I think we're okay. They're going to keep an eye on our ride.
Time wasted. As he steps in, as he steps through the door, you see a series of labs all constructed for piezoelectric glass. That means magical
Mojo slinging
Yeah.
things. Ugh.
Magic glass.
Most of the glass is currently frosted, but a few are clear. There is no sign of activity here. He walks you to a frosted glass lab and taps an AR panel on the glass. As the frost thins, the glass reveals something 3 meters tall and covered in a white cloth tarp.
Ooh.
Question?
Yes.
With the job has begun, is this a new scene?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Get that back. All right. Sorry, continue.
Take every edge you can.
As he pulls the tarp down, you see an ornate stone arch.
Oh, it's less interesting now.
It's decorated in vines and flowers, all sculpted to hyper-reality.
I'll get my dice ready for some rolls in a second.
You don't want to even ask what's in the briefcase at all.
Not yet.
Oh, you've seen Pulp Fiction, right?
This is your ride to
It's a very old film.
This is your ride to Boston. As I said, recommend bringing the rest of your team in.
This is the way to Boston. What about my bike?
Oh.
I am not concerned about your bike.
Hollywood?
Is this? Are you taking us on a ferry road?
You asking that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll say it again in Sparethiel just in case.
He responds in Sparethiel. He says, "This is a magic door. This will take you where you need to be in Boston."
Are we sure they can all go?
What's going on?
You're
Yes,
playing.
they
You're
can
playing
go.
this out loud on the
Yeah.
in the thing. Oh, then I'll just translate.
will be
because
a-
I also speak Sprathiel.
Thank you.
It will be a different experience for each of you, but you will all make it there.
Will we make it into the same place?
Yes.
Sheila, please look up magic door.
Magic Door by the Pixies.
You got an edge. Oh, no. You got an edge.
Number of times Alexa gets it wrong. It's like
Also, canonically, Sheila responds in Japanese. So,
Uh-oh.
just
Arigato.
roll, just roll that out. All right. Yeah. Well.
How do we keep the purple safe?
Well.
I can do it.
Well, I was gonna say the magic meats. You said it was it just a storefront, or it had like they used to ship things out and stuff.
Everyone make a logic plus intuition roll.
Oh heck yeah!
logic.
You get a point of edge
Plus
anytime you use
intuition.
logic, Nix.
Oh, that's right. I should have gotten a bunch.
I got a success. Get your hands out of there, Leroy.
Get out of there.
I got a success. This is not
You might
not
know.
Chrono's thing, you know? You got one,
Yeah.
too? Gunslingers, one club.
One moment while I take
Whoa.
care of this.
You seeing that?
Okay, on the thing that I guess it's good. I have 4. What do you have?
I got 2.
4.
One of my dice was like cocked in the middle of the dice tray. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I got 4, which is much better than you.
You're both confused. You're starting to piece it together as you're like, the jerky's clearly a front.
Oh, I didn't need to make a roll
That
for
means
that.
that means that it's really good though. Have you ever been to a food joint that's a front? Their food is amazing and really cheap.
Okay, that's not why I was asking. If they have a shipping dock, we can pull the vehicles in.
I was just going to ask if there's a part.
That's all I was
a private
asking.
parking garage anywhere here.
Well,
What is a magic door? What is a magic door?
as Leroy frantically Google searches, and as the 3 vehicle drivers try to come up with the plan of what they're
I'm
going to
not
do
driving.
next, we will be back next week.
Oh,
I was gonna say, please, Google is checked. I'm go duck going this.
We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye.
Magic door.